can't recall from memory a phone which has caused such a stir at launch. A device wildly leaked and carrying a copycat badge heavily influenced by something designed by Apple in California. With its new dual camera setup, improved ergonomics and more horsepower than its much-loved predecessor, this is a phone with lofty expectations. But is it worth your time and money? Let us find out. Hello and welcome everyone, this is Mr. West and this is my review of the new OnePlus 5. Available in two options, slate grey with 6GB of RAM and 64GB of storage, or this version here in midnight black with a huge 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. Despite these differences, both feature the same power under the hood, the latest Snapdragon 835 processor, Adreno 540 GPU, 3000 mAh battery, 5.5-inch 1080p optic AMOLED display and a new dual camera setup at the rear. From last year's OnePlus 3T, there's been a few changes to the design. Those almost rectangular corners have made way for a more rounded appearance at the edges, and OnePlus have put the 5 on a small diet, with this new device weighing in at 153 grams against the 158 grams of the OnePlus 3T. Antenna bands are now integrated subtly into the corners and maintain a nice visual line around the device. The phone is made from aluminium and feels smooth to the touch, so smooth in fact that the OnePlus 5 can often be easy to drop. Luckily, OnePlus is on hand with some neat cases, like this carbon bumper case, which does a great job protecting the phone whilst adding some nice visual flair at the same time. Those new dual cameras are covered in scratch-resistant glass and are joined by a two-tone flash over to the right of the camera unit, with a secondary noise-cancelling microphone nestled neatly in between. Up front, the display is covered in Gorilla Glass 4, and excellent ceramic fingerprint scanner from the OnePlus 3T makes an appearance again, nestled neatly at the base of the screen and flanked by two capacitive keys which can be configured pretty much as you like. Around the side are the lone power key and dual SIM slot to the right and to the left, the volume rockers and excellent alert slider, which has been one of my favourite features of any Android phone I've used to date. Down at the bottom of the phone is a single loudspeaker, the dash charge USB-C slot, primary microphone and a 3.5mm headphone jack. Under the Gorilla Glass 4 is the same optic AMOLED 5.5-inch 1080p display from last year's OnePlus 3T. Whilst I would have liked to have seen a Quad HD panel, the one we have here is still a great looking screen with good detail and punchy colours straight out of the box. As with the OnePlus 3T, there's a variety of screen modes to suit your taste, including sRGB and a new DCI P3 option, which promises to offer more accurate colour reproduction, or you can tailor the display to your own liking with a custom mode. Either way, it all looks good, and I personally didn't miss the high resolution in daily use after a while. I suspect the choice was to ensure power preservation and to keep costs down. Oh, and yes, there is a jelly effect, but after a few minutes of use this becomes a bit of a non-concern and is not something you should use to prejudice your buying decision. Connectivity-wise, this is flagship grade all the way. Bluetooth 5 on board, including aptX and aptX HD for wireless audio files. Dual band Wi-Fi is also here, with 2G, 3G and 4G radio bands alongside LTE to help cover pretty much any network you wish to use around the world. There's also NFC and the usual GPS, which I have found to have excellent accuracy and quick satellite detection in use. But whichever option you decide on, the OnePlus 5 is an absolute powerhouse, with a combination of the Snapdragon 835 CPU, generous RAM management and the Adreno 540 GPU, this all helps to achieve incredible performance. I've yet to encounter any slowdown in day-to-day use, and even graphically intensive games and benchmark tests really fly on the device. Yes, there was the news story about OnePlus cheating in benchmarks, but the reality is benchmarks don't mean everything, and the overall user experience is absolutely stellar. It means this phone will easily sit amongst the top dogs and match them performance in every way. Where the OnePlus 5 really shines is its software performance. Using OnePlus's Oxygen OS, itself a pretty much stock Google experience, the OnePlus 5 excels. With super snappy navigation and cool touches like the ability to program the capacitive keys, allowing you to open the navigation bar with a double press, or simply by drawing on the screen when locked state to open the camera, or to switch on your torch in the dark. Everything just feels really right, and I have to admit I enjoyed using the OnePlus 5 more than the excellent Galaxy S8. This is praise indeed, as Samsung's flagship is no slouch in this area. Whatever disguise you like to use, be it stock, Nova, or the numerous other launches available, the OnePlus 5 offers a terrific user experience which can easily match and even surpass the class best. Now on to the 3000 mAh battery. Yes, this is 100 mAh down on last year's OnePlus 3T with its 3400 mAh cell, but the 5 also uses the more efficient Snapdragon 835 processor, and for me, I saw no trade-off with the slightly lower capacity over the outgoing model this phone replaces. I consider myself a bit of a heavy user, and the OnePlus 5 easily lasts me throughout my workday, but anyone concerned about power need not worry, as the OnePlus 5 also uses the awesome dash charge feature carried over from the OnePlus 3 and OnePlus 3T. Using USB-C, this proprietary charging technology allows the OnePlus 5 battery to be refilled in very little time. 20 minutes on the charger gets you around 30% from empty, 30 minutes gets you to halfway, and a full charge occurs in just over an hour and 20 minutes. You can also buy an in-car dash charger which gives the same performance when you need that extra boost out on the road. Everyone has different uses from their phone, so battery life is always going to vary, but for me, the OnePlus 5 puts in a great battery performance with the solid reassurance of super quick recharge times when you need it. My only wish was that OnePlus made a dash charge power bank, as charging the 5 over a standard connection can be very painfully slow. But what about those cameras? Well, the OnePlus 5 is now equipped with a 16 megapixel primary camera, and next to this is a 20 megapixel telephoto lens. The result is you can now zoom into your subjects at the touch of the screen, but for me personally, I didn't really get a great deal of mileage from this feature, instead allowing the dual lenses to do their thing and get me the results that I wanted. Now OnePlus say they worked closely with DxO to help with the development of the cameras, but at release, the reality was the cameras didn't really feel up to this lofty promise of quality. However, a few software updates later, and the camera experience has been tidied up, leaving us with a photo shooting experience which for the most part is pleasing and offers some great imagery. The UI is quick and easy to use, and also offers a pro mode for better control over the cameras. To make use of those dual cameras, OnePlus has also included a standard portrait mode. Now, this does take some getting used to at first, and results can be a mixed bag. However, persevere and you can achieve some really startling results with that excellent depth of field effect and great close-up detail. Sure, this is nothing new and has been done before, but hats off to OnePlus for adding the feature so you can render some truly impressive looking photos given some time and patience. Up front is the 16 megapixel selfie camera, and this also offers some good detail and exposure and can record up to 1080p video at 30 frames per second. It also has electric image stabilization to keep things stable when shooting photo and video, which is a nice touch. Talking of video, this is one area where the OnePlus 5 falls down a little. For the most part, it renders some clean and detailed looking videos, and up to 1080p at 60 frames per second benefits from electric image stabilization to help smooth things out a bit. However, at 4K there is no electric image stabilization, and this really hurts the higher res footage. A shame, as for those times when you need to have 4K, there is a lack of confidence in the 5's ability to produce stable and watchable video. A tripod or a gimbal will help, but in the real world, these are items which are not always practical. Here's a selection of photos and videos to help the results speak for themselves.
Never fear, follow every dream when clouds appear.
So to conclude, is the OnePlus 5 worth your money, and importantly, is it enough of an upgrade over last year's OnePlus 3T? Well, the answers are yes and yes. After some extended testing, the OnePlus 5 has proven itself to be a top-notch daily device, with a superb set of features on deck and performance which just feels so right all of the time. Sure, with the upgrade in specs, there's also been an upgrade in price, and there's a few notable omissions such as no wireless charging, no IP68 water or dust resistance, and no Quad HD display. But these are small sacrifices for what is otherwise one of the best phones you can buy today. has a great screen, good cameras and some of the best headphone audio quality you can get right now, and it also has superb software. All of this adds up to a truly brilliant overall package which I would recommend in an instant to anyone in the market for a new device. So that's my roundup of the OnePlus 5. If you have any questions or comments, you can find me in the comment section. Also, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed what you've seen, and please subscribe to my channel for more great content coming soon. My name's Mr. West, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.